The robots are coming. The AI is here. The artificial intelligence is here right now. So how are you preparing yourself when routine skills and many cognitive skills will be replaced by the machines? How are you preparing yourself, Because it is here, make no mistakes. According to the World Economic Forum, there are 5 skills that will be in great demand in the years to come. So one of them is critical thinking. The robots are not able to do that. The other one is creativity. The robots will never be able to do that. Very soon. Probably they will, but not very soon. People management and coordinating with others. And of course, emotional intelligence, which is specific to our species. So how are you really doing on those skills? Above all those skills is one thing that I would add that we all must develop now. And this is what we are going to talk about today. So welcome to my channel. My name is Gabriel with engineeringpossibility.com, and I will do my best to share the knowledge I have and the experience I have in this matter. Now let's get right into the subject. Well, change is never easy and never seem natural to us. And not only to us, change is difficult for any species. And we naturally repel it. And most of the time, we want to retreat back to your comfort zone, And why is that? Because we have a brain that evolved like that. And it is nothing wrong with it. Our brain evolved to keep us alive. That's the evolution. And whenever we face a change, in fact, we face the unknown. And our brain and our nervous system hates that. Because unknown means possible threat. Possible threat to our survival. And it's survival, it's our prime directive, and not only ours. Every living being has a prime directive: survival. It's not just for us, it's for everybody. This is also why we are attracted to negative information or news or gossiping or stuff like that. Our minds likes to know this kind of information in order to avoid it. So when you know something negative is going to come your way, you do your best to avoid it. So we love negative information. That's why media everywhere negative information has more likes. Okay? Because we like to know that in order to avoid it. Not that we like that energy necessarily. We like to know it in order to avoid it. So it was nothing wrong with our brain, with our operating system, until now. Why now? This is simple and it is obvious. Until the Industrial Revolution and even until the computer revolution, things were changing real slow. And we had the time to adapt. We had enough time to adapt to every change. Now the changes become exponential by the day. That means every day or almost every day something is changing. And before we even understand it and fully experience it, something else is changing. This is a huge stress for our mind and, of course, for our body. And unless we do something to reprogram our minds, the stress, this kind of stress will kill us. And reprogramming our minds requires a very important skill. And that skill, because it is a skill, it's flexibility. Flexibility. What does flexibility mean in this context? Well, it's simple. It's the ability to change, the ability to adapt, the ability to let go of the old knowledge. All knowledge can be the knowledge from yesterday or from a week before, and let go of the old experience and learn, and then relearn if it's necessary. You have to erase all the time and relearn whatever is necessary in the moment. This is also intelligence in its purest form, because do you know what the simplest definition of intelligence is? Is the capacity of a living organism to adapt to a new environment. That's intelligence. In our case, flexibility comes from knowledge and understanding. That's we need to understand, and in order to understand, we need to know what flexibility is and how we can use it. And believe me, there is no such thing as a flexible ignorant. I never met one in my entire life. So first we must understand where we are now, and we must understand change. And I said that now we are in the middle of an exponential advancement in technology and others, and exponential change. Is this bad? Well, I personally don't think so. Why? I'll tell you later why I don't think so. I think that we are living in the most excited times ever, with absolute endless possibilities. And the very first thing that we must understand now more than ever is that change is inevitable and is the only constant in life. There is no other constant but change. You know, they said death and taxes are the only thing that you can be sure. And both means change, you know. Death means change. Death, today you have to die in order to change whatever happens in your past. Otherwise, you won't change, and you have to embrace the new. And it's always have been like that. And it will always be like that. The change is the problem and the challenge now, and from now on, is that will happen exponentially. And if you are not familiar with what exponential means, you should study this. It means it can happen at an incredible rate every day. So what can we do about that? Well, in my perspective and from my experience, I think that the easiest thing to start this process is to reframe it in our minds, you know, to look at it differently. And if you don't know anything about reframing, I have about 3 lessons about reframing in the last videos. So you should go there and see what reframing is. We can reframing, for example, from stressful to excitement, and to possibility to grow and become whatever we want to become fast. We can become much faster. We can realize things much faster. We can attain certain objective much faster. And we can teach our mind to be excited and curious about change, not nervous about change. Because when you frame it like you are nervous about it, you'll create a stress response. And when you create a stress response in your body, your brain pretty much, your cognitive mind pretty much shuts down. You drop 20% of your IQ instantly. You become stupid, okay? So you have to reframe this from nervousness to excitement, to curiosity. I'm curious, what will come tomorrow? You know, I'm curious about the new gadgets. I'm curious about the new technology. I'm curious about virtual reality. There's nothing wrong with this. This is the era, you know. We can't curse it. We can't blame it. Okay? It won't be useful. We'll just trigger a stress response in us if we do that. So what we have to do is use it. Use it. And we have to understand that embracing change and using change means that we go toward living our full potential fast. That every day we have the opportunity to become better, to become smarter, and within 1 year to evolve more than anybody could do it in a lifetime 100 years ago. Okay? So flexibility is the #1 skill to learn and exercise and practice, because instead of waiting for change and deal with it whenever it comes, you know, wait it with nervousness, you know, with stress and deal with it when it comes, you influence change. You become the change. And that, my friend, is incredible power. Okay? Flexibility is power, incredible power, if you understand it and use it. Growing is one of the most important ingredients of what we call happiness. Okay? Grow, progress equals happiness, says Tony Robbins, and I believe he's absolutely true. Because whenever you grow, whenever you have results that are in alignment with what you want, you are happy. Whenever you are stagnant, you feel bad. Now we are living in a world of endless possibilities. It is true that we have many challenges as well, but that's where all the fun comes from, right? When you have challenge and you deal with it, you grow, and that's fun. You have a satisfaction. Your self-esteem grows, okay? Because you did it, you made it. It is a lot better to initiate change ourselves using our free will than to let our life progress down a negative path. Why is that? Because that's what will happen when we don't do anything and play victim. When we stay. You can't stay in this world, okay? You cannot learn something and be there. Not now. Maybe 150 years ago or 100 years ago, you had a degree and you use it for your entire lifetime. But now everything changes. Okay, everything changes, and what you've learned in the college, it might not be so good now, so valuable now. So you have to learn every day in order to stay in the market, in order to become valuable for the market. When you become excited about change, when you become enthusiastic about it, well, it is much easier. Life is much easier. When you are consciously aware of change, and when you accept it, you can explore the world and its endless possibilities available to you. You can find new opportunities. You can become more self-aware. You can have a lot more self-worth. So find the new opportunities. Look for the new opportunities. Be brave, okay? Embrace your fears. The world is not so scary as you might think. or they try to paint it when you look at the news. So don't look at the news anymore. That's the worst enemy in your house, your TV set. Okay, so throw it away and don't look at the news, because they will show you only the scary things. Why? Because it's negative stuff. Why? Because our brain is addicted to negative stuff. So they exploit this. So they have audience. Okay, so don't look at it, because it's not that scary. They point out the scary stuff, but there are many good things in the world. The world and this universe is supportive. When you face it with courage, when you know what you want, when you face it with acceptance and, of course, with flexibility. There are lots of things out there that are life enhancing. You have to go for it, to explore it, to use it. Well, feeling sorry for yourself and blaming your surroundings for your misfortune will surely keep you rigid, stagnant, and lead you down to a negative path. I told you can't just say you progress or go down, okay? You can't stay somewhere. You just can't. Either you invest energy in progress, in your progress, or you go down a negative path, and you go down quickly. And I'll talk about this in a future video. So stay focused, set your aims high as you can, of course try to achieve greatness. Try to achieve the best of you. As you stay focused on your path, you will see that embracing change, being flexible, become easier and easier. And always remember this: whenever you are in life now or wherever you want to go, value the journey. Okay, that's the most important thing. Value the journey, not the outcome, not the end result, but the journey is important, because the journey will make you better, faster, stronger, richer, so on and so forth. Also remember that being here now is a privilege. It is a privilege and a miracle, and every second must be appreciated. Okay? So, if you decide to take full control of your life, I still have more valuable information for you and your journey, but that's on the next video. So stay tuned for the next lesson, and if you didn't subscribe yet, just hit the subscribe button and the bell notification. And if this video helped you, I will appreciate it if you comment on and share on it, or ask questions about it. And I'm sure you know people that really need to understand where we are now, and really need to understand change and to embrace change, And I look forward to see you on the next lesson. Until then, I wish you all the best. God bless you, and don't forget, be smart, be flexible, welcome and embrace change. Thank you.